This is the Biafran national anthem.
Seven rows, 14 rows, 21 rows. I love to go. And beat.
Onye duru anyị wee bịa njem na America. Anyị bịa ka ibe leta nwanne anyị nwoke bụ nna anyị n'obodo a. Bụ onye anyị nwụrịla anya na nchekwube na eziokwu nke ya nwa onye ji guzo. Na eziokwu a ga na-edu ụmụ Biafra na-aga n'ihu. Ọ ga na-edu IPOB na-aga n'ihu. Anyị bịara n'ụlọ ya nabata anyị. Were obi ọcha na obi dowe nabata anyị. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-adịrị ya na mma na ezinụlọ ya na mma. Anyị na-asị na ihe ọwụla anyị chọrọ bịa mere ka anyị ga-enwetarịrị ya. N'ihi na ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu mgbe ị na-ewu n'ọnwụ ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ. Nwa mmụọ emegbula nwa mmadụ, nwa mmiri emegbula nwa mmụọ. Ihe anyị na-ekwu. Anyị na-asị na Biafra ga-abịara na ndụ na-awụghị n'ọnwụ. Anyị ga-eri uru ọmụmụ. Anyị ga-eri uru akụ na ụba n'ime Biafra. Anyị na-asị na onye ọwụla pụtara na sị na Biafra agaghị adị, onye ahụ agaghị adị. Anyị anaghị asị emebere ugo obere nke si bebere ka ya gosi nke ọ ga-ebe. Anyị na-asị na nkụ ga-ekwe ọ ga-edo ọ ga-anwụ. Ọ bụ eziokwu ka anyị ji na-aga njem a. Ọ bụ ịhụnanya ka anyị ji na-aga ofu obi. Anyị na-asị onye ọbụla hụrụ eziokwu jide eziokwu aka, n'ihi na ọ bụ eziokwu bụ ndụ, ọ bụghị okwu asị. Anyị na-asị na ọ ga-ada anyị niile na mma. Anyị ga-ahụ echi n'ihi na echi anaghị agwụ agwụ. Anyị na-arịọ Chukwu nke abịa ma ka onye anyị ndụ nye anyị ahụ isi ike, nye anyị ngọzi nke ya, nye anyị ịhụnanya. Ekpere niile ka anyị na-ekpe ọwụ ka onye bi n'ime eluigwe ka o wee nụrụ olu anyị, wee gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka, wee zọpụta anyị na akpa niile nke na-akpa anyị nke bụ Biafra. Anyị na-asị na ikpete maazụ anyị ga-enye aha nsi ụtụtụ na nsọpụrụ na eji ama site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi.
Amadike Biafra.
Mmakwa na mụ nweta onwe
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us on today's program. We appreciate every one of you that have joined on this very platform, wherever you are joining from. Thank you so much. Please like and share the program and invite others to join us as well. As we continue to speak on the restoration of Biafra, the restoration of the independent state of Biafra is something that must happen, and it is already here. Ask yourself, where did you position yourself? The Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible to see that lives and property of Biafran people are protected. What about you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Wherever you are at this minute, begin to position yourself in the right direction and do what you have to do. There's no time. There is no more time for gossip, no time for blackmail, no time for propaganda. We are in a time where the only thing we think about every minute of the day is the freedom of Biafra. No matter how you feel, no matter what you think, Biafra is going to come. Your propaganda and your blackmail cannot stop Biafra. The more you try to stop it, the more it becomes a reality. The Liberation Army of Biafra are on the ground doing the needful, and they are giving woto to the enemy. The enemy of Biafra will continue to receive woto as long as they remain in our territory. Except they leave Biafra land. If they don't leave Biafra land while they have the time, they will leave Biafra land in body bags. It is not a threat, but a promise that must be fulfilled. For that oath has been taken that everybody that has come in Biafra land to take innocent life, it doesn't matter whom you are or who sent you. You come to our land to take innocent life, you will never go back alive. It's a promise that Chukwu Okikabem have made to us. For as long as we remain genuine, pursuing our freedom, there is nothing you can do to change it. Biafra is going to come, whether the enemies like it or not. It doesn't matter their propaganda and their blackmail. We have come to a point where the restoration of Biafra is mandatory. We have come to a point where blackmail and propaganda cannot stop Biafra. We have come to a point where the whole world have finally realized that they should let us go. If you have not yet known that, I want you to know that Biafra will come with or without you.
Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace, or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Danfodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Danfodio, you will think that Usman Danfodio manufactured the aeroplane. You would think that Usman Danfodio manufactured a car, or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Danfodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them, and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Danfodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Danfodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the middle belt. It is to continue the Usman Danfodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Danfodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible.
Confirmation.
If you don't know how prepared you are, if you don't know how prepared we are, you will know very soon. If you don't want to understand in a silent way, we are going to speak in a language that you will never ever understand. Today we are speaking in a language you understand. That is why everything is on the table. The diplomatic mission is going on. The political section is going on. And the armed struggle is still going on. So many channels are open. It's left for you to make your choice. But if you refuse to make your choice while you have the time, a time will come when you will not have that opportunity to make any choice. It is either you let us go or the zoo will burn down to ashes. So many of you can remember when our Prime Minister said that we are going to destroy the economy of the zoo, that we will make sure that the zoo do not earn even 1 cent from the resources in Biafra land. Our Prime Minister said that we are going to make sure that the economy of zoo comes to stand still. And when we embarked on this journey, many people called it a bluff. They called it a joke. The zoo continued to pretend nothing is happening. Right from the time we started the sit at home, they pretend, oh, it doesn't affect them. Oh, it's only the Southeast. At the end of the day, they began to confess that the zoo itself is losing billions, trillions, because of the sit at home in the Southeast, because the Southeast is the powerhouse of the Zoological Republic. Likewise today, the oil, they are stealing the money in Biafra land today. They cannot make $1 from the oil. You know, sometimes when we say things, or when our Prime Minister comes and says things, people will think he's just making it up. When our Prime Minister issues a statement, the idiotic people, the IPOB in Nigeria and the ones they can be able to confuse, they will twist it to their own direction and they will begin to make unnecessary propaganda and attack. But you that is genuine, the only thing you have to do is to be patient and wait. Just in a very short time, you begin to see the reality of the word the Prime Minister has spoken. Today we saw the governor of Anambra State confessing to the whole world, telling them that the oil money is no longer coming. The money of the oil is no longer coming, and I want you to see it for yourself.
Since February, March, April, May, June, NNPC, not one kobo. Relation account, they go and they have to deal with that. Back when you're a kobo. ego a na-ejezi nke a na-eweta ebe a agbada ife a na-ewetazi ebe a bụ ego customs ife apụtara na customs na ego ndị kọmpanị kwụ na tax ọya ka a na-ekezi ego oyel emego gịnị ụnọ na-anụkwu ya ọ dị mma ka onye ọbụla ị na-apụ ịghọta ya tata.
I hope you heard it. If you didn't hear, in case you don't understand the Igbo language, because we know that Biafrans have different dialects. For those Biafrans that don't understand Igbo language, the man that you heard his voice speaking there is Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, telling the Anambra people that the oil money is finished completely. No money is coming. That since February, they have not remitted 1 kobo. They have not sent to them even 1 kobo. Oil money that they have been sharing and boasting themselves and making themselves rich is no longer coming. The only revenue they are sharing now is tax. The tax that is paid by companies. Who are those who own this company? Go and check. Majority of those companies are still Biafran people. The tax that are paid from other sources on the custom. Who are those who are paying the tax on the custom? It is still Biafrans. Biafrans are the highest people making importation in the zoo. So when you hear the only money they are sharing, the money comes from custom, who are the people? It is still the Biafran people. Now you see why they took they use only 1 port for importation, and they put it in Lagos State. The people that are making importation, getting the documents and requirements for importation and doing importation, they are all Biafrans. Go and make investigation by yourself. When you check the people that are into importation, 70% of them, 70% are Biafran people. Let me not drag it too much. 70% are Biafran people. And the other 30% are from foreigners and other section of the country. That is the money they are sharing. The natural one in oil, Chukwu Okike Abiyama, have turned this off. That promise that Master Simon gave them that the economy will be a standstill. Remember when Master Simon said it? When our Prime Minister said it, they thought it was a joke. Here is directly from a governor. A governor is confessing, saying since February, they have not received a dime, not 1 kobo. The oil money is finished. That is what the governor is saying. The oil money is finished. Pata pata. Whether not the hearer.
Since February.
Since February.
March. April. May. June. NNPC. Not 1 kobo. Federation account.
Not 1 kobo. Federation account. No more money. Oil money is coming. We hear you.
If I never go customs, if I put on customs, they go the company for the tax. I can't take it. Ego oil, go get it.
What is the sense of telling us? What is the sense of telling us? The money that you brought you people as governors to come and steal is finished. So now you have to focus on your internally generated revenue and begin to steal more. You will now have a reason to seize the ones you are getting from internally generated revenue. Because Anambra State itself can generate the money that will run itself. This statement this idiot is making is to make sure that people don't blame him when he begins to steal the money of Anambra State. He wants to remove the expectation of the people from his own side. Apart from the money that is coming from their so-called federal government in Abuja, apart from the oil money, internally generated revenue in Anambra State can be able to fund Anambra for 100 years without any shaking. He can do any kind of development he wants to do in Anambra State without a dime from the federal government. But this idiot is so quick to announce it. We know the money is not coming again. We know. Because Biafra is the cause. When our prime minister said it, that the economy of the zoo is going to be on standstill, Mazen Nanekan also spoke about it. We knew that it's going to happen. So as it is happening today, we are not surprised. But the reason you are announcing it is so that you can have the opportunity to steal. That is why the delegitimization of every idiot that is representing the zoo will continue. Every institution that is standing for Nigeria, whether federal, state, or local, this is why every one of them will be shut down. This is why they have to leave Biafran land. Everyone else is shut down. Because what they do there is stealing, criminality. Every one of us is seeing the report that is coming from Imo State. In Obrinze, today at Obrinze, people in Obrinze, kidnapping that is going in Obrinze, we are hearing about it. And we are seeing it happen. We are getting a report that is coming from Obrinze. It is not a sweet one. It is not sweet at all. In any ramification, there's no way you can be able to look at it. And our prime minister have warned about Obrinze, warned many times. Even right from the time of Mazen Nandekano, it has been said about the evil that is happening in Obrinze. The criminality the army is conducting there, the kidnapping that is happening in Obrinze. How they are kidnapping our brothers and sisters. Near the barrack and near the checkpoints. And also, it was also revealed how they are selling human parts in Obrinze barracks, to be precise. Obrinze barrack, that is where they are selling human parts. That is where they are harvesting organs of Biafrans and they are selling. In Obrinze. The information didn't come today. We have gotten the information long time before now. And people are not paying attention. That is why our prime minister came out and announced that Obrinze will go down. If Obrinze doesn't go down, we know why it won't go down. As we speak today, attack is going on in that Obrinze as we speak. They are kidnapping Biafrans at Obrinze as we speak today. Informations are coming. All these things that are happening, nobody is saying a word. The government of the zoo does not care. They don't care about what happens. When we say that the Zoological Republic is a terrorist government, the government of Nigeria is a terrorist government run by terrorists. Some of you think we are troublemakers. When we say that the people wearing uniform in Nigeria are terrorists, you will not understand. Some of you will think we are troublemakers. But we will not hesitate to continue to bring this information to you. Whether you believe it or not, it is up to you. And I'm going to share with you information that is coming from Obrinze as we speak. Let's watch.
I know Obrinze Junction. Where they enter. Close to the now. Indeed, the kidnap Honorable Chijoke from Ezeobodo. Alagamo village now. Same home my parents. They kidnap again. Then everybody. Don't know on a park now. I bar also back for that place. Unokada back with Jilla. Unokada Hajila Madonia only full and they will apple and they have brother. Mandeke Pamoto. Omuna hair won't part into Obrinze. Obrinze hair won't part in no. Omano. Hair won't party. Hair will job because no. All Hage Maya. I team up with the government. I'm gonna have a man. I'm not going to back here. I use you behind. Right now, I know now Obinze. Futo Road. I was, on a bike, going back to Eziobodo this night because all this one I'm now, I'm Eziobodo. So I'm saying I'm lashing back. As I speak right now, I know now Obinze junction, just close to that Futo junction, Futo gate. Kidnappers are there now, kidnapping people just like that. Any available motor they kidnap her, just like that. As I speak right now, I dodge her. On your bike, come back. On your bike, turn on the one hey brave, on your village also. Omunaiha Karisala and over the west, the corner Anya, her will be in Gap, just very close to Futo junction and Futo gate. No pins there. Kidnappers are there right now. As you can see, everybody parked here now. Everybody is parked. Everybody parked here now.
How can you explain this? Obinze is a place where they have army barrack. In that same Obinze, there is army barrack in that very place. And this kidnapping has been happening for almost a week now, continuously. On daily basis, they come, they kidnap people, they go. And there is a military barrack in that Obinze. A military barrack is in that Obinze. How can you explain this? If it is not the same military people, the same people who are in that very Obinze barrack that are doing the kidnapping, engaging in human parts and human organ trafficking, that is what they are doing in Obinze. Obinze is established to extract, continue to transact human parts. That is why kidnapping is going close to that very place, and the military cannot do anything. For the past 1 week now, update is coming from Obinze on daily basis, and nobody is doing anything about it. Now, do you now understand that Nigerian government is a terrorist government? Have you now seen why the Liberation Army of Biafra will not spare anybody in uniform and off uniform? And because of their presence in Obinze, what they will do is that when the Liberation Army come to Obinze to rescue Biafrans, they will go and attack the Liberation Army. But when the Fulani kidnappers are there kidnapping people, they will encourage them, they will back them up, then give them a landing space in Obinze Barrack where they sell human organs. They have become a stumbling block for Liberation Army of Biafra to secure the life of Biafrans. This is why our Prime Minister said that Obinze must go down. Obinze must go down. For those of you who think it's a joke, you better think again. If it doesn't happen in weeks, it will happen in months. If it doesn't happen in months, it will happen in years. But Obinze, it must go down. These are what is happening in Biafra land. With all these things that are happening, that is why our Prime Minister has said that every institution that represents the zoo must go down. Because there's no way you will say you have barracks, you have checkpoints, you have police, and then close to their barrack and close to their checkpoint, that is where kidnapping will be happening on a daily basis every day. They kidnap Biafrans, they take their organs, and nobody is talking about it. Ohanes didn't do Hinandam are not saying anything. The IPOB in Nigeria are not saying anything. The idiotic blackmailers and stooge of the ASROC are not saying anything. These are what is happening in Obinze. And the idiots there, one of those clowns who call himself whatever, came out and all he can do is to begin to talk against Master Simon Ekpa. This is why Master Simon Ekpa put the 30 days lockdown. It is because of this kind of a thing. Because of the kidnapping the terrorists are doing in Biafra land with the support of the military. That is why our Prime Minister have put the 30 days lockdown. The lockdown is not for Biafran people. And instead of this idiot, you understand, you saw one of them. His name is Emmanuel Kano or whatever. The one that called himself Emmanuel Kano came out and he was busy talking against our Prime Minister, speaking nonsense in his mouth, claiming IPOB that have been disbanded. IPOB Nigeria have been disbanded. He's saying that Master Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB. Master Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB criminals. The criminal organization called IPOB, the pressure group, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria is not part of it. The IPOB of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been there. The IPOB established by Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which every one of us belonging to, is still existing, and it has been transformed into the government. We are no longer running an organization. What we are running today is a government. So anybody that is still parading himself as IPOB is a criminal. What we have today is the Biafra Republic government, and the government of Biafra is in charge. They are in the front line doing what they're supposed to do. It's either you are in or you're out. If you are not part of the Biafran government, you are a criminal. It is a shame that while we try as much as possible to give these people opportunity to repent, they will never repent. They will never repent. Their pride, their envy and jealousy will not allow them to repent. Instead, they continue to put themselves deep, deep, deep into trouble. The IPOB Nigeria criminals. Somebody will still come today, shamelessly be claiming IPOB Nigeria. And you see Emmanuel Kano speaking on one of his useless interviews, trying to misinterpret and misrepresent our Prime Minister. I want to share that interview for you. Listen to what this idiot was saying.
The indigenous people of Biafra, according to them, was to subtly protest the detention of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, by the Nigerian authorities. At the early stage, the people in the southeast complied with the order, but later the protest was abused, hence the cancellation of all sits at home by the leadership.
Remember also that people have chosen willingly on their own to sit at home in solidarity with the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. It's not our making. Even in numerous occasions, IPOB has called for the lifting of sit at home, but people said no. This is the only weapon we have. We need to sit at home until Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released.
Yet attempts by the people to trade or carry on with their normal activities on any day declared sit at home had enforcers destroying goods and lives of citizens of Nigeria within the southeast region. Orders continue to come from various sources. This is the place of Simon Ekpa in IPOB.
He is not a member of IPOB. He does not represent IPOB either. People should understand that. It's not as if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is incommunicado. We can always reach out to him, and of course, most of the instructions come from him, and his order is final as long as IPOB movement is concerned.
The recent rumors of a planned 30 days sit at home is not only unauthorized, but anti-people.
You know, people have seen the entire movement, as a huge merchandise, and therefore they are cashing out on that. So they can come up and say whatever they want to say. They can allege that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is my leader, and they keep extorting people and frustrating the entire, business environment.
Emmanuel Kanu, younger brother to Nnamdi, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, spokesperson of the family, says such order never emanated from IPOB.
We are not part of that process. The reason why IPOB is set up is for the good of our people. We have not come to cause them pain.
Although some residents of Oma had justified the occasional sit at home, they however think that to sit at home for 30 days is quite a tall order.
There are people that are living in it every day money. Anything they get, that is what they eat. And you're trying to keep at home for almost 1 month. It cannot work.
It's impossible now. It's impossible. I can't stay at home for 30 days.
The major concern here would be the different orders and counter orders coming from persons who lay claim to the leadership of the organization, even when the leadership itself has clearly disowned them. In Omaha for News Central, Chinwe Ugele.
These people, these idiotic people, will never change in their lives. They will never change in their lives. Look at what this one who calls himself Emmanuel Kano is talking. The restoration of Biafra is the responsibility of every Biafran. It is not based on one family or one person. Biafra restoration is not a family issue. The only person that stands out that we know is our Shula Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and he has never derailed. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself said that any day he deviates from the pursuing Biafra, the next person near him should take him down. The restoration of Biafra is the responsibility of every Biafra. It does not lie on one family or one person. And you being the brother to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu does not make you a saint or does not make you a spokesperson to the Biafran people. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu became who he is because he earned his respect. The Biafrans saw what he did and continue to do, the sacrifice I've made and continue to make. And we respect him and we will continue to respect him. But for you, Emmanuel Kano, who is part of the betrayer, who is working for the Janjaweed, and we just heard that recently you were just released from detention. This same Emmanuel Kano that is talking was just released from detention after he was caught from his criminal activities. This person who is telling you that Master Simon Ekpa is not working for the Biafrans, he's doing his own. He's not. This same person, the car-snatching criminal, that his brother has warned several times to stay away from castigating Simon Ekpa, has been released by the terrorist state who contracted him. This is a criminal who is involved in kidnapping and snatching of cars, who was arrested, detained for 3 months and released just recently, and all he could do is Simon Ekpa is not IPOB. Who want to be a member of the criminal organization? A straight response from our Prime Minister. And they come online here, they are talking, they tell you that Master Simon Ekpa put 30 days sit at home. Master Simon Ekpa did not put any 30 days sit at home. What Master Simon Ekpa announced was 30 days lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafran territory. The lockdown has nothing to do with the Biafran people. It is not a sit at home. We announce it and announce it and we announce it and we wrote it in all our platforms. We are still having the flyer. It is the lockdown, 30 days lockdown of every Nigeria institution in Biafran territory. All their barracks, all their police barrack, army barrack, all their bases, all their institution should be locked down for 30 days. And the lockdown is ongoing as we speak. Biafrans will go their businesses as usual, go their trade as usual. Nobody will stop them. But every institution of the zoo must be locked down. That is the instruction. But look at what they are reporting here. Here they are saying it's a sit at home. It is not a sit at home. Nobody imposed any sit at home on anybody for 30 days. But they come here, they push their lie. Using that idiot who called himself Emmanuel Kano.
The recent rumors of a planned 30 days sit at home is not only unauthorized, but anti-people.
You know, people have seen the
30 days sit at home. Nobody talked about any 30 days sit at home. There is nothing like 30 days sit at home. Nothing like that. What is announced is not 30 days sit at home. What is announced is lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafran territory.
Of course, most of the instructions come from him, and his order is final as long as IPO movement is concerned.
The recent rumors of a planned 30 days sit at home is not only unauthorized, but anti-people.
You know, people have seen the entire movement, as a huge merchandise, and therefore they are cashing out on that. So they can come up and say whatever they want to say. They can allege that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is my leader, and they keep extorting people and frustrating the entire, business environment.
Emmanuel Kanu, younger brother to Nnamdi, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and spokesperson of the family, says,
the person that is in charge of this struggle today is the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you want to hear the voice of the Biafran people and their suggestion, Mazi Simon Ekpa has to speak. Whoever you are, we don't care. We don't want to know who you are. Your word doesn't count. The 50 million plus people that voted on the self-referendum gave their mandate for the Biafran government and our Prime Minister to speak on their behalf. He has every right to take any instruction and do any thing, give any instruction for the safety and security of Biafran people. The person that is in charge in Biafran territory today, when it has to do with Biafra restoration, in restoration of Biafra, we are no longer in evangelism. We are no longer in long noise making and begging. Restoration of Biafra, it is the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. He is in charge. No that and no peace.
Of our people, we have not come to cause them pain.
Although some residents of Roma had justified the occasional sit at home, they however think that to sit at home for 30 days is quite a tall order.
Nobody announced 30 days sit at home. What was announced is 30 days lockdown. 30 days lockdown of all the Nigerian institutions in Biafran territory. 30 days lockdown. Stop pushing this your lies and deceiving those you can deceive. So, my fellow Biafrans, we must have to understand that we should not allow these idiotic people to continue to change the narrative or deceive people. Don't allow them to deceive you. Be focused and put your mind on the right path. The Zoological Republic have ended. The drama that is unfolding in the zoo today, the confusion that is in the zoo is so enormous. The diversity is expanding every day, and the only solution is to disintegrate the zoo. I want to share one of the video that emanated from one of the conventional media. Let's hear what they are saying in that conventional media.
They can. Well, the government is trying so hard to stop this protest. However, the ISP International Coordinating Committee has also come out to condemn the Tinubu's administration's attempts to suppress protesters ahead of the what has been termed Fearless in October mobilization, which will launch the next phase of the #EndBadGovernance protest. Well, interestingly, the League of Nigerian Columnists have urged the president to act quickly to avert Nigeria's crisis and rebuild public trust. Meanwhile, Dr. Abdul Jalil Tafawa-Balewa, former PDP president.
Very fine. Good morning, Barrister Darlington.
Well, a lot of Nigerians will respond negatively to that question because with the weekend came a lot of trouble, a lot of queues for fuel, and it's becoming out of the reach of the common man. But I have a bit of an issue. The Yoruba Union. Now, I'm posing this question to Mr. Fatunke. The Yoruba Union calling for the president's resignation. I have two questions here. Is resignation what we should be calling for at this time? Or rejigging of policies and rejigging of the economy? Which would make more headway? That's on one side. On the other side, this union seems to be more concerned about the Yoruba people. What does that say to the unity of Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Moses. It's nice to be here, Barrister Goma. I also have to join you in greetings, because you didn't greet me, so I have to greet you. All protocol observed. On a more serious note, and why not? Anybody can call for any other person to resign. What does that mean? Do they stand for the entirety of Yoruba nation? I will caution and say no. I do not think they can or they carry all Yoruba people along. Very similar to how I will also say that if we had from the southeast, from the northwest, northeast, north central, people of those origins calling that Yoruba people, Tiv people, Igbo people, Hausa people, they have a right under the constitutions and under the freedom to say what they have to say, but that they now carry, de facto, a whole race along calls a bit for questioning. Now, for the first part of your question, is that what they should be calling for? I've already said that I have a right to call for resignation of anybody within their rights. They have the capacity to be able to do that under the Constitution. You are seeing the second one. You are going to see more and more. Does that mean that they are speaking for the entirety of the Yoruba nation? No. I mean, have they done a plebiscite? Have they done? Have they gone?
No, but is there any organization that speaks for the entire Yoruba people?
I don't think there's any that I know.
So their demands are valid,
including Afenifere.
Yeah, some people also claim that Afenifere does not speak for them.
Yes, that's what he said.
So what it means that their demands are valid.
It means,
granted that there is no pan-Yoruba organization that can say we speak for the Yoruba people.
It means their demands are contrary to what you have said. I mean, if you are not speaking for me and you just go out and go out to say anything, please, I don't want us to limit this to whether Yoruba, whether Igbo.
No, but that is where it's coming from.
The truth of the matter is, and where they are coming from, is they are making statements that are factual, and that is the fact that the country is not moving on the right direction and the right.
Now, Barrister Darlington, it looks like Mr. Abdul Jalil Tafawa Balewa actually is not in line with these people. He's of the opinion that President Tinubu inherited a near bankrupted nation. Is it that he's not aware of the fact that in recent time, just in 1 year, we have 150 billion naira yacht. We have also the presidential jet. We have the VP's mansion renovation. We have Escalade. And these are the things that the president was able to achieve or to buy just for the presidential team, even when we're having a near bankrupt nation, in the words of Tafawa Balewa.
Thank you, Fina. My take, first of all, let us look at what the Yoruba group was saying. Nobody should buy that statement. As far as I'm concerned, it's a shara. Look at it yourself. Throughout Buhari's era, did anybody protest in the Southwest here? And if you go back to our history, political agitation started in Lagos here, in the Southwest mainly. How come under Buhari and Tinubu, nobody now go to protest at Freedom Square? How come? I am telling you authoritative that if these people know what they are saying, we would have seen them on the streets. They battled the Babangida, they battled Abacha, they battled Jonathan. How come under this regime, you just talk? They don't mean it. Fina, okay, let another ethnic group go there now and protest against Tinubu or APC. You will see the reaction.
But we've also seen how the law courts also issue out orders and restrict people that want to protest from the 1st August to 10th of August, # End Bad Governance protest to a particular place.
Who went to that court? Was it not Lagos State government?
So don't you also think that that is what is kind of paving a way or pushing or making people not to move or get to the street now?
No, it's not enough. Look, if you could battle the military, what are you telling me? Maybe you were not aware. This Southwest Press and their people, they battled the military here. Abacha and Babangida. We saw what they did. How come all of us, all of them, it's not as if they traveled though. It's not as if they're not around. All of them are around, but they have remained quiet.
Barrister, what exactly are you saying?
What I'm saying is that this thing they said, I'm not buying it. They are not serious. If they truly mean that Tinubu is not doing well, I would have seen them on the street because we saw them.
Well, they've picked a date in October to protest, and they've called it Fearless October.
Who fixed it?
To imply that the unions.
Who fixed it?
To imply that regardless of the intimidation, they will come out and protest.
The last one they did, who were the people that were protesting against the protesters? Who were those people that carry machetes? Are they Igbos?
like we've rightly pointed out,
are they Igbos?
A union does not speak for the entirety
so that's why I'm saying nobody should not even pay attention for them because I don't see them. They don't want to make a statement so that we'll call them and say, that is it. So
back to the question of
that's it now.
The statement of Tafawa Balewa. So what do you have to say about that?
The man that is speaking, where is he coming from? Please, I have said this severally. Let nobody separate Tinubu from Buhari or Tinubu from APC or Tinubu from past regime. Please, nobody should make that mistake.
Abdul Jawad is even a PDP presidential aspirant sometime ago.
Hold on, that one is in the past. He told us himself that he was coming to continue where Buhari stopped. And he was coming to consolidate Buhari's legacy. Tinubu told us this. So why will you not be giving him a soft landing? Tell me, on what basis will he be saying that? And has he shifted from that pronouncement? He's still there, and he's even doing it towards Buhari. And somebody is telling me this and that. You inherited a bad economy, and you are making it worse. And you said I should not be giving you, cutting a flag for you. It's not possible now. Tinubu knows what he wants, and he's doing it. Because Nigeria has been captured. APC have captured Nigeria, whether you like it or not. That's why they are doing everything with impunity and arrogance. Is he bothered? A president that is bothered that his country, he will remain in China by now. After what happened within Niger, 48 people died because of tanker and trailer, whatever. Explosion. No president anywhere in the world will see this disaster in his country and will remain outside. What are you doing there? So he doesn't bother about you. It's all about himself. And the people that are talking, they saw all this, they kept quiet. Imagine if it is the other way around. Moses, I am telling you, they would have been in the street by now, protesting. Telling you what has gone wrong with everything. I am telling you, I have seen this here happen several times. Ordinary election that happened last year, this is what happened. Those people who were harassing the Igbos and all that, were they Fulanis or Hausas? Who were those people? So please, when they put out this statement, I don't even want to talk about it because they are not what they are saying. They are not. If a whole by another guy, as hard as it is, can be threatening an ethnic group, every time it's all about tribal sentiment. And you want me to believe what they are saying? They are not serious. If they are serious, I would have seen them in the street protesting. Yes, they did it to Jonathan. Even when that man did not do 1/4 of what Tinubu has done so far. Everybody knew what happened in that 2012 when they protested at Ojota. Has it not gone worse in that time? Why can't Bakar and his group come out and start protesting? Or are they not in Nigeria again? You see, all of them have remained quiet.
All right then. Let's get back to Mr. Wafatunke now. This administration, I mean, a lot of Nigerians are looking at this administration, like they are trying to cow the people. They are trying to prevent people from exercising their civic rights, which is to protest. With all the arrests going on, protesters have been accused of treasonable felony, which is a grave accusation, if you ask me. What's your take on this?
I think it's evil good governance. We are not being properly governed. We are not properly structured. We have different tribes and tongues. You heard baristas speak just now. And then no two sides will always win an argument. So we all just get into it. The truth of the matter is the question, whether so real, imagine or potential stems from when you don't do the right things and don't govern well. Sani Abacha showed his hand.
Are you saying that this administration,
Initially,
are you
when
saying the
people were
president is
saying
not governing well?
Nigeria is not structured to be governed well.
Nigeria is not structured
Yes.
to be governed. So it's not the fault of the leader now.
It cannot,
it's the fault of the structure.
Look, we cannot get into a rickety vehicle.
You see, I want you to pay attention to this very part of this video. You know, this Nigeria, when we talk about Nigeria and its destructive mode, people will not understand. When we say Nigeria can never, ever, ever survive, you will not understand. Some of you think we are saying it out of hate. Every Afonja knows about this. Everyone Nigerian is known about this. But because of their wickedness and selfishness, they will not admit it. Every politician knows the truth that Nigeria is not structured to survive. Every single politician, it doesn't matter their tribe, their religion, their location, they all know that Nigeria is not structured to survive. But they will continue to deceive you and tell you that it is possible. When we come online and speak about these matters, they castigate us, they call us names. But within them, they know that what we are saying is the truth and nothing but the truth, but they cannot offer you any solution. When we bring the solution, they talk down on us. They call us miscreant. They call us terrorists. But they know that the zoological republic called Nigeria is not a country that can survive. It's not a country, has never been and will never be. But because of their fraudulent life, selfishness and self-centeredness, they continue to manage an entity that will never survive and continue to enslave people. I want you to pay attention to what this man is about to say here. Even in the argument, you will see, when we talk about disunity, in the argument, you will see the way they are talking. Everyone is defending his own region. A Yoruba man is defending a Yoruba people. The Biafran man is defending the Biafran people. The Arewa people are defending Arewa people. The country is not one and will never be one. The diversity is so much that it's so destructive that if you don't end it, it will end everybody in it. Pay attention to this portion of this discourse. This is where the main lesson is. This is where the revelation is. Pay attention to what this man is going to say from here.
You expect that you are going to get to desired land.
Well, let's get back to Mr. Wafatuke now. This administration, I mean, a lot of Nigerians are looking at this administration, you know, like they are trying to cow the people. They are trying to prevent people from exercising their civic rights, which is to protest. With all the arrests going on, protesters have been accused of treasonable felony, which is a grave accusation, if you ask me. What's your take on this?
My take is, even with good governance, we are not being properly governed. We are not properly structured. We have different tribes and tongues. You heard baristas speak just now. And then no two sides will always win an argument. So we all just get into it. The truth of the matter is the pressure, whether surreal.
Pay very close attention to what this man is about to say. From here onwards, pay attention. Open your ears wide and hear, to know that Nigeria is not going to survive and we are on the right path to end it.
Imagine, or potential stems from when you don't do the right things and you don't govern well. Sani Abacha showed his fan.
Are you saying that this administration,
initially,
are you
when
saying the
people were
president is not governing well?
Nigeria is not structured to be governed well.
Nigeria is not structured.
Did you hear it? He made it clear. Nigeria is not structured to be governed well. Nigeria is not structured to be governed well. So it does not matter who you put in Asrock
Nigeria will never, ever, ever be okay. It will never, ever succeed. But they continue to paddle it because of their fraudulent and selfish interests. Hear him.
Yes. So it's not the fault of the leader now. It's the fault of the structure.
Look, we cannot get into a rickety vehicle and you expect that you are going to get to desired land.
What is the essence of electing an individual to take care of affairs of a nation if that individual is not to put structures in place and make things fall in line?
What is the essence of putting a very good driver in a vehicle that has no tires?
So what do you think?
So are you saying the president is a very good driver, and Nigeria has no tires and cannot move forward regardless?
Thou sayest what you want to say.
You, sir.
No. If you're asking me, and I'm very clear, you cannot put a driver in a rickety vehicle. Why are we pretending? Why are we now looking at Bola Tinubu? What I'm saying to you, whether it is Bola Tinubu, excuse me.
Yes, because
whether it is, but you heard from me that Nigeria is not being governed well. How do you expect,
Mr. Fatuke, this particular vehicle has been moving from 1999 up until this moment, and things were not as bad as they are.
Well, things are not as bad.
So don't you think it has something to do with the driver and not with the vehicle?
Well,
because a particular driver, certain drivers drove the vehicle, and it was on a speed lane.
According to you, it's been moving well. It's not been moving well for me.
But it's worse than it was before. Okay. That's the issue.
So look.
So it has not something to do with the driver. Don't you consider that?
Excuse me, the jury will eventually come. I don't want to also get into an argument on this.
No, it's an argument.
A PDP government ruled for 16 years.
And within those 16 years, the economy moved to $500 billion.
PDP ran us aground.
But the economy moved to $500 billion.
Excuse me.
No, for the past 8 years, the economy has made a downward slide.
Now, if your question is your question to me about Tinubu,
we were number one, but we are now number 5.
Is your question to me about Tinubu or about Nigeria?
About both the president and Nigeria.
So I have told you that Nigeria is not structured in a way that will make an angel even lead. You heard me say that clearly. Now, about...
Did you hear him? Nigeria is not structured to succeed. Even if you put an angel, Nigeria is not structured to succeed. But what plan are they making to make it good and governable? No single one of them have the solution. They know that it is not structured to succeed. They know Nigeria is structured to fail. And nobody wants to do anything. Biafran people have risen up. The Biafran government, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is doing everything humanly possible to put the zoo on the line so that each region will survive, and yet they don't want it. This is a raw truth. And in the course of this discussion, you are already seeing the diversity. You are already seeing the protection, how they cannot even speak the truth. Everybody is protecting his own. Everybody is protecting his own. So it is opportunity to steal. When it is your own opportunity to steal, you protect your criminal. When it is your own opportunity to steal, you protect your criminal. That is what Nigeria is. And I want you to continue to listen. Pay close attention. You will learn a lot from this video.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu. My ground with Bola Ahmed Tinubu is personal example and character. Okay? He's not led in a way that is going to inspire. I agree with you absolutely. I mean, she's talked about the acting. She talked about, living larger than life. That is not. Yes, I agree. But put any other person in there with the same structure that we have.
Well, and I'm saying, know that for sure.
As far as I am concerned, if it is about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't think Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not done well. I've said it clearly as well. I don't know what else you want me to say. But I said my own focus coming to analysis here is not just about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's about Nigeria.
He took 30 years before he came into this position. He told Nigerians that it took him 30 years to prepare on how to navigate and move this country to where it should be. So do you also still think that's about the vehicle?
He told you that?
Driver?
Yes, he said.
And you believe him?
Okay.
So there's a difference.
Are you saying we shouldn't believe the word he says now as the #1 person of this country?
I've never believed anything that any president of this country has said. Okay? I have never believed. I'm not fooled by it. Because it's a turn-by-turn thing. We've had people of different levels, and I'm saying the structure is faulty.
Did you hear him? It is a turn-by-turn thing. Nigeria is turn-by-turn company. Turn by turn. You come and you steal. You give chance for another person to come and steal. Everybody have their own turn to steal. So when it is your own turn to steal, you allow the people to steal. You see him saying it? It is turn by turn limited. That is what you have. It is not far from the truth. But we don't want to be part of these idiotic people, these turn people who come online and make noise every day. We don't want to be part of it.
We didn't know it was a turn-by-turn thing until someone came to say it's my turn.
I wonder.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, it's not turn-by-turn.
Did you know it was a turn-by-turn thing?
Of course, I knew it was a turn-by-turn thing.
Until someone pronounced it is my turn.
Oh, well, you had. That's when you had, and that's when you started acting. My position is simple. Nigeria has been quartered in such a way that some people believe that it is their birthright to always continue to rule until when MQ Abiola came. And then we started saying, okay, it's going to be the turn of the North, the turn of the South, which was one of the things that PDP put in there. Somebody from South came into Nigeria, and then you now say to me that according to you that he led so well. Yes, in relative terms, he did lead, but not so well. He couldn't have done much better than he did.
The person that you, Mr. Fatuke, the person that you are referring to from the Southwest didn't start the PDP leadership. It was started by a Southwesterner, Olusegun Obasanjo. So it was not clearly a Jonathan issue.
So what's your point?
My issue is that this country, this particular vehicle, you say that it is faulty,
yes,
was driven by 3 other people. And they were driving very well until a certain people came into office. Well, that is what I want you to concede. That the problem is basically not with the vehicle, but with the drivers.
I'm sorry, I can't concede that I'm a developmental economist.
So what is it all about? And I give you instances. Our economy moved in 16 years. We moved to number 1 of the Nigerian economy, of American economy.
Nigeria was
$500 billion.
Nigeria was structured.
In 8 years, we are now number 4. And you said the problem is not with the driver.
I thought you were asking me a question.
But you don't want to answer the question.
No. You can't push it on me.
I'm not pushing it. I want you to be clear on this.
So, let me make it clear. As far as you are concerned, that is your belief. I don't share your belief.
So what facts do you have? What do you have facts? Because I'm really not facts here. I've given you the fact. From Obasanjo to Jonathan, we moved to $500 billion economy. And from Buhari to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have gone down from number 1 to 94. Our GDP now is $247 billion. So is the problem with the vehicle or the driver?
So let me take you on it. So how do you...
Inflation moved from 8% to 22%, and within 1 year, it moved from 22% to 38.4%. Is the problem with the driver or with the vehicle?
Are you going to allow me to?
No, I've given you facts, so I want you to counter me with facts.
I am an economist. Maybe you are a journalist. How do you measure? How do you do the basing that you mentioned? What was the exchange rate at the time that you are saying the economy was what it is? What is the exchange rate now? What was the inflation at that time? You see, if you go into the real economic metrics, because I see that the way Amanda, don't look at it from that angle. Nigeria was primed in a situation where we got priorities all wrong. We were leading larger than life. We were stealing ourselves to stupor. And so, down the line, am I therefore saying that the people I met is better than others? I haven't said that. And I was clear, and I thought my English was clear. So, if you are, and that's why I'm asking you, what exactly do you want to hear from me? You want me to talk about Bola Tinubu? You want me to talk about Nigeria? I'd rather talk about Nigeria. I'd rather talk about the future. And I'm saying, going further down, Nigeria will continue to slide further and further. Bring an angel, he will not be able to rectify because the structure is faulty. We are not united. We are not looking at things from the same angle. A few people have cornered themselves together and they keep on cornering themselves back. Bola Tinubu cannot, exculpate himself from that. I've been clear.
All right, now, Barrister, I need to also get back to you on this one. When we were talking earlier, I made mention of how Some people protested even during the military regime, and there were nothing like arrest. Nobody arrested anybody, nobody gagged anyone, but rather the military listened. Now, this case in Nigeria, as it is the present time, Nigerians came out to protest #Edbad governance. 1st of August to 10th of August. Over 2,000 people were arrested, and over 1,000 also were also remanded. Now, my question is, Barrister, are you of the opinion now that the military regime kind of listened to the cry of people over what we have now in the democracy that we practice in Nigeria?
Let us be clear. The military arrested protesters during their time, but it didn't deter them.
I don't know.
Hold on. I'm correcting some misgivings here. I don't know. But if the military did what they did, we can understand. It's a military regime. They don't like opposition. But we are talking of a democratic governance now. And the man who is there now told us he was a human rights fighter. He did all, in fact, he fought the military. So how come under his regime, these things you are mentioning is happening? That is the contradiction here. We expected things to be better under his watch, but it's not getting better.
And if I say
now,
yes,
let me answer Mr. Fatoke. Look, one of the reasons why people change leadership is because of what? Performance.
I was busy.
Performance. APC told us they were coming to correct all the evil things PDP did. There is nothing they did not blame PDP for. Maybe. They sold the dummy to Nigerians. Gullible Nigerians, they bought it. Please, can you mention one thing APC promised us that they have fulfilled? One, just one of them, one. And you know where we were when PDP was there.
Well,
before
APC
they left.
did promise change.
Sorry?
APC promised change. And,
change for the better or for the worse?
Well, that's up to whoever.
But that's no, from their body language and from their intention. They mean changing from the bad PDP to better APC. That was the meaning of their change.
One is in the works.
Okay, fine.
And that is local government administration, which everybody. See again.
Hold on, I'm coming.
You said I should mention one.
Hold on, I'm coming. Hold on, I'm coming. Leave that constitutional matter. It have not said true. In fact, I don't even see the light of day because it will not be perfected. So when we are talking of performance, that's what we are looking at. Performance index. Everybody have agreed. No, even APC people, they are even ashamed now to mention their party and their leadership because of what they have done so far in office.
So do you think October 1st?
Now, hold on, I'm coming before October 1st. You are talking of not blaming everybody. Why did they come into office? If they were coming to make things worse.
No, I didn't say you should.
Even if it's so hold on now. In Anambra State, there was a quagmire in leadership in that place until P2B came on board. Mbadinju closed school for 2 years in Anambra because the Oba brother would not allow him to breathe.
Yes.
Ngige took over, they took him to a shrine and all that. Yes. After all this shenanigans, P2B came.
Yes. And
please.
Change things for the
good.
Better.
Under his 8 years, Anambra.
And under APC, under Fashola, things did not change for better in Lagos.
Hold on, we are coming.
Because you started mentioning names. So let's compare.
Let me finish what I'm doing. Okay. I am talking of leadership.
Yes.
You are now know how Fashola came into office, so let us not go there. P2B was not appointed by anybody. Really? He came in with the vote of Anambra people.
Really?
All the successive governors
did not support Obi.
Hold on now. We are talking about appointing a governor. It's different from voting for a governor.
Okay.
P2B was voted into office by Anambra people. And you see, you are no godfather.
And Fashola was not voted by
I would not like for us to compare the personalities.
He had a godfather. You cannot be a governor in Lagos without a godfather appointing you. So what I'm saying in essence is that, yes.
Let's limit this thing to our macro.
No, he was the one interjecting.
Macroeconomic policies, that speak to the Nigerian nation, as a whole. We're talking about interest rate, exchange rate, balance of payment, fiscal policy, and all of that.
Yes.
Recently, just over the weekend, a group of columnists, Nigerian columnists, people who write columns, they came together and said that the National Assembly should scrap what they call the constituency projects. That a means to fritter funds because actually they are not supposed to be contractors. Exactly. I understand that these monies are paid into their accounts and then in turn give out, contracts to people and sometimes to their own companies, more like having business.
Ned Nwoko was boasting that he got 1 billion.
Like Alindu made it. Do you think it's a way we should go? Because you also discover that some of the jobs they do, they're more like
local governments.
They're more like stand in for either the federal or state governments that are unable to do these things. I recall that in my area, my senator and members of the National Assembly have done like water boreholes and they graded some roads, not asphalting them.
Don't you think that some of them constructed latrines? So
don't you think it is better we leave them
and bought wheelbarrow?
But is it not better we allow the constituency projects to stay than just scrap them like that? What's your take on that?
It has not benefited anybody. That thing you are go and ask Ned Nwoko, that 1 billion naira he came to boast of, what he did with it in Delta State. Go and ask him. Except to acquire more women for himself. What else? Tell me what he did with that money. For that? I mean, what are you saying? Is it a hidden fact? If a man can have 15 women, what are you talking about? Do you know how much it takes to take care of them?
Really, you don't need 1 billion to have many women.
I'm telling you now, let him come and challenge me. So that's what they are doing, all of them. This constituency money, have anybody probed it for one day and said, okay, let us go and find out, what did you do with this money? Where is the project? Let us evaluate it. Since he started, Obasanjo started this thing when he wanted to sustain himself in power. He didn't want the National Assembly to put eye in what he's doing. That was when he started to pacify them. And if you're a leader, and you want, look, that's why I'm saying that when we have a leader who will do the right thing, all these things will stop. I know how Obi stopped all the rubbish Oba brothers were doing in Anambra now. And heaven did not fall. That's what I'm telling you. Somebody can stop all these things. That is if you come into office in a credible manner. But when you have a skeleton in your cupboard, you'll be looking for a way to cover yourself, appointing those who will surrender to you, appointing those who will do your bidding and not the bidding of Nigerians. That's what is going on. A leader that Nigerians will vote, the vote will count. I am telling you authoritatively, he won't even think twice before he will cancel all this thing, because what are you going to court for? Will you go to court to challenge him? If you remove him,
Mr. Aki is of the opinion that the structure is bad, and Nigeria is not working because Nigerians have stolen themselves to stupor. That's what he said precisely.
Our
rulers.
I don't believe that.
Okay. Well, you said Nigerians, so that's where I was.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. It was APC that destroyed this same culture, this same structure. There was a structure before they came into office. They destroyed it.
And that structure
mention one thing they inherited that they have upheld. Mention one thing.
And that structure was what?
Those things that it was keeping Nigeria moving for 16 years under PDP. Mention one of them that APC sustained.
But
I think one of them.
You say the APC destroyed the structure. During the time of the PDP, Nigerians.
I hope you are enjoying their idiotic arguments. You can hear their idiotic arguments. Some of them saying that when they have a person who is willing to read, when they have a credible person, he will do this. Where are you going to get such credible person? Through which election are you going to conduct in Nigeria that will be credible? Where are you going to get such kind of a situation where the engine will emerge from? They keep on deceiving themselves on their TV, on their programs. Lie and lie and lie. There is no truth. No fact in what they are saying. Very, very good at theory. But when they come to practical, you can't achieve anything with this nonsense they are talking here.
Also called for change. Nigerians wanted the PDP out.
No, you didn't get it. They use propaganda to deceive Nigerians. That's what I'm telling you. Look at all the propaganda they carried out. I said all the things they promised Nigerians, have they fulfilled one? As to say, yes, these people actually meant what they were saying. No.
But if
today, Nigerians have seen better. They have seen their eye have opened. They now realize that APC was lying.
If the country was actually moving forward, do we need anybody's propaganda for us to have a change of mind?
You can see, hold on now. Are you not seeing people crying for PDP regime? They say they should take us back to where they met us. At least you both rights here for
even some governors are calling for Jonathan to come back and contest.
They were deceived.
At the time, Nigerians wanted change. At the time.
They never wanted, they were induced. Moses, you don't know what propaganda can do, especially when you are hypnotized. They were carried.
Are you saying that the APC hypnotized
yes,
Nigerians?
They were hypnotized by the so-called Mr. Integrity of Buhari.
Did you hear them? That they were hypnotized. That is how bad the zoo is. You hear on national TV where they're saying that the citizens of Nigeria were hypnotized by the Janjaweed, by the Buhari and co. Now you understand the kind of mindset these people have. You were hypnotized into choosing evil against good. You are hypnotized into the continued staying in the zoo. Now that you are still protecting the zoo and talking about one Nigeria, are you still hypnotized? In this studio, you open your mouth, all of you there, we are talking. And both of you are saying that Nigeria cannot work. That the system is not meant to succeed. And yet, knowing your problem, you know your problem and you don't want to solve it. Then you blame it on being hypnotized. You blame your idiocy on being hypnotized. Nobody hypnotizes you. You hypnotize yourself. Every Nigerian citizen today that fails to pursue the truth made that choice for him or herself, and you will face the consequence. We, the Biafran, have made our own choice, and we are going out of the zoo.
They said Mr. Buhari
must be superhuman beings.
Yes, Buhari came out with.
But they didn't hypnotize you, though.
Hold on. Buhari came out with a superhuman being facade. People believe that Buhari, who is a very innocent man, he's a man of integrity, he's not corrupt. Is that not what they sold to us?
Okay, now
Tinubu said that was why they brought Tinubu. I mean, that was why they brought Buhari. That is the only one who can defeat Jonathan. That was their purpose.
Barrister Darlington, now that in your words, more like the hypnotized pattern or ways of APC is beginning to fail, the Nigerians are getting more aware now. Do you think that this October 1st fearless protest is going to hold water?
It may end up like the last one. Oh. They are going to mobilize their honchos, their jackboots to descend on innocent Nigerians. They are going to mobilize. Now that you have told them, they are mobilizing already.
What does it mean? What does it mean for democracy if Nigerians are prevented from airing their view?
Okay. You don't need to be told where we are going. You don't need to be told. Because under Jonathan, please, can you mention one time any protester was arrested? Even those who went to Ajah were they arrested. They only dispatched them with water cannon. That was what they did. But here, look at many people that are languishing in jail now because they protested. So if they stop that of October, I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised because that is one of the greatest enemy of any dictator. Protest. They don't want to hear. Because they know that their position is not...
Sorry, but Mr. K, let me come to you on this. Mr. K, you have always had the opportunity, you've always had the opinion that the End Bad Governance protest was a huge success.
Yes, I did.
You gave it like 70 to 80%.
I'm even increasing it to 90%.
To 90%. Yes. Good. And in the light of recent happenings, after the protest, Nigerians said, please, President, cut down on the cost of governance.
Yes.
Just after that, the president bought an Escalade, bought an airplane, and all of that, and people are saying, the organizers are saying, look, what we want now is fearless October 1.
Yes.
Do you still believe that protest was a success? And how do you see the October 1 protest panning out?
I think the last protest was a success.
The August.
I also think that the 2020, SARS was some relative, progressively successful. And you don't measure success from the hard facts. There are soft and softer parts. To the extent that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you may agree or disagree, is backing and kowtowing and saying, I'm listening to you, I'm all that kind of thing, is some form of success. You are also right. And that is why I use the word character. You heard me use the word character. When the character is not such that you can lead by example, I foresee this October 1 protest becoming a bit much more successful. Now, you also said clearly, and I was very clear in my talks when I talked about the issues surrounding the August protest. People were arrested. This allowed due process to get through. There were very bad people, whether sponsored by government or not, that were doing terrible things to innocent Nigerians. You saw it as media people. And they were arrested. You will not say, you now don't want to band them all together. Allow things to move in those particular trajectories. Yes, we should now allow the wheel of justice to move very, 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 very fast, or maybe faster. It's very, very important. And I like to say two things. I wanted to make that point before you came in. My barrister was talking about hypnotism or no hypnotism and stuff like that, and I was just saying he was not hypnotized. I am happy he's not hypnotized. There's another opportunity. Bola Ahmed Tinubu won that election, fair or foul, because there was major division within the PDP caucus. Obi, Kwankwaso, and Atiku Abubakar, they are all coming back now. Please allow that. I am looking for credible opposition. If they all can come back together, and I've said it openly, Atiku and Kwankwaso, allow Peter Obi, for fairness, for the next 4 years after 27, allow him to come. Those are the things we should, in fact, that is the area we should be looking at. But today, they are joining together. Tomorrow, they are not joining together. And you are calling people that they are being hypnotized. Is it not self-immolation? A word is enough for the wise.
Okay.
All right,
now,
then.
Let me even tell you this. Please, I don't want to hear that Tinubu won that election by landslide. He just 38%. He won only 12 states out of 36.
Well, he didn't say landslide.
He said by fair or foul.
Yes. So he didn't win that election.
He won the election.
As he's supposed to.
He won the election.
As a matter of fact, everybody.
But he was pronounced the winner.
That's what I'm saying. We have. They said we should let go. We should let go. We have let go. Let nobody remind us of that. It was a bad dream. It was a bad dream. In the first place, hold on. In the first place, should he have contested that election? Going by the things he presented to us. In a Senate climb, should Tinubu have contested that election? With what certificate? Tell me. What did he present to us?
Darlington,
we should not dwell on infamy. We should not dwell on infamy. Let us not celebrate what is wrong. Let us not celebrate what is wrong.
We have a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu. Take it or leave it.
We can see the result. We can see the result.
No, wait.
If it was the other person, will you people accept it?
But what if you are?
If Jonathan had that kind of credential, will you accept him as your president? Will you accept him?
All right, then.
Will you accept him? I know what we have been going on in the street now. They will tell you they will not agree.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for good or for fair or whatever, is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, he is the president of Nigeria, whether we like it or not.
We have accepted.
We
have accepted. Lots people should stop reminding us of this bad dream. It was a bad dream. We have accepted it, but let nobody remind us again. That's what I'm saying.
Then you are the one under hypnotism.
It was a bad dream.
Barrister Darlington, let
us move Nigeria forward.
Let me stay with you on this, Barrister Darlington.
Okay.
Sarah has called the president to reverse the pump price of petroleum, of fuel, from $8.97 to the $610, the original price, and also asked for NMPCL to be probed. Do you see this coming true? Is there a possibility in 48 hours? Is there a possibility?
Please, Tinubu have told you that there's no going back on the fuel issue. Mr. Okoro, let me tell you, maybe this is one of the reasons why I feel like I can open up Nigeria, that every Nigerian, so that they will understand what is going on. Mr. Okoro, over the weekend, I think last week, personally, I was shouting that there is fraud in an NPC with the arrangement they had with Dangote refinery. That up till now, we don't know how many liters of fuel we are consuming in a day. At least from that, we know how much we are paying for subsidy. Mr. Okoro, over the weekend, the thing went down to 30 million. Which is what I was saying, that PDP was paying 30 million throughout their regime. How come the thing went over? From the same 30 million that they kept over the weekend, all of a sudden, it went back to over 60 million. Please, are you not supposed to ask questions? Because I've told you here that if given the opportunity, I can pay subsidy on petroleum. And nobody will feel it because the amount you are consuming is so negligible. It cannot affect our budget in any form. After all, these other countries that are paying it, what happened to the economy? Crumbled. Can't people ask questions? These other people that are paying subsidy in everything, the government is providing for them. Do they have to head it there? It's because there was accountability. There was no corruption in it. How can you be subsidizing corruption? Is that not why this thing is so huge? Tell me. Just 3 weeks ago, NNPC told us that we are owing them 6 trillion naira. Mr. Okoro, a local accounting firm was out to audit it. The thing came down to 2.6. NNPC now said, oh, yeah, it's true, yes, it's true. We made a mistake. Listen very well, oh. They made a mistake in giving you that figure. Imagine if nobody went into probe. We have been owing NNPC 6 trillion now, and they will pay it. And tell us, we spend so much money on subsidy. That's what I'm telling you. If we go into accountability, Nigeria can pay subsidy and nobody will notice it. But because the money is shrouded in corruption, heavy corruption. Okay, look at it now. Now that thing has went over to 60 million liters per day, you can now see they are not telling that anybody can go and buy from Dangote because they have covered their tracks. So whatever they would have gained by being a sole uptaker, they are not getting it from the 60 million. That's it. You can see why people are playing on intelligence.
So you don't see the president reversing the fuel price.
Reversing what? When his company or he alleged company will be the beneficiary, his alleged company will be the beneficiary. Why is it always on PMS, Mr. Okoro? Ask yourself that question. Diesel is not in controversy. Aviation fuel is not in controversy. Kerosene is not in controversy. Why is it fuel? Nigerians, answer me this question before we go further. Why is it that it's all about fuel? Meanwhile, nobody has come to give us a correct figure. How much are we paying for subsidy per day? How much are we consuming? Nobody, even the NPC doesn't know. The president doesn't know. Nobody has come to tell us this is the actual amount we are consuming. No. That is where the fraud and corruption is.
So do you think someone is covering up some people's gap, given the fact that we still have the same man, the group GMD?
Well, that is why he's still there. Now, for a man who has performed below par, are you supposed to keep him? But because he's covering some people's interest, is that not why he's there? I just gave you an example of what is going on there now. A figure that came down to 30 million. Under 24 hours, he went back to 60.
All right, then. Some Nigerians are of the opinion that even the NNPC is not actually ready to, refine crude, refine and get PMS at this time. What's your take?
With due respect, as an oil and gas person, I am not joining the mob.
You are even one of them.
Oh, yes, I'm one of them, except that I have my head straight and I can come on public television.
We have not proved you.
To speak. Oh, I mean, I'm open to probe. I disagree with Barrister Gomo
on what?
On the issues surrounding, on the issues surrounding Dangote. That is a singular intervention in this country that we should all support. Again, in terms of the way he was talking, somebody got there wrongly or whatever, is there. We now have a refinery that we all should support. But it's also right. Going back to the fact that it's corruption. It's corruption. Nigeria is not structured to succeed. We are looking at NNPC, we're looking at security. Security during Jonathan's time, you know what happened. So, during PDP's time. So, I am saying, the issue of the subsidy is right. Every other country subsidizes, but we are supposed to be subsidizing production and not consumption. Secondly, I said we are of different tribes and tongues. And thirdly, I have also told you that we don't have people who are ruling us, not just with the fear of God, with the kind of character. And it has dovetailed since 2020, since the return to civil rule.
Now, whose fault is that, really? So, is that the fault of the people that elect them into office?
No,
or is that the fault of the Constitution that allows people that are not...
You use the word elected. Are we electing in Nigeria?
So whose fault is it? The judiciary that approves some of these things?
The fault is collective. We must all get back to drawing boards. And this is the point I have made from onset.
Well, I have a problem with you blaming the people that are suffering for for the leaders that they
You are the one
elect
blaming
into
people.
office.
You are the one blaming people. I've said that, look, we are all in this rickety. I said we all must come back and get together, okay? Whether it's the rules and the line and those who are not lying, Nigeria is structured in a way that will not take us to the next direction. All these things that we are talking about, we must restructure. We must get ourselves back into winning ways. If we don't do that, 2027 will come, it's going to be much more worse.
Mr. King, in clear terms, what do you want us to do this restructuring on? What are we restructuring?
Restructure Nigeria.
And in doing that, please, for some seconds, just tell us about the role of leadership in moving a country forward.
When you have sheep leading lions, they can never move forward. I hope you understand that clearly. And there's a difference between leadership and rulership. What we have been having all over is people coming, is their turn, go and do whatever it is you are going to do, because the rickety constitution that we have allows.
I'm sorry. When we must have sheep leading lions,
yes,
we can never move forward.
You can't be ferocious and you can't be audacious.
Are you of the opinion that everyone contesting for electoral positions are not good enough to contest for positions? Because you also did say that even if a Peter Obi, I'm not talking about the person of Peter Obi, but a Peter Obi get into that position, he will also not do as well.
Within the structure.
Because the structure is
I happen to know that if Peter Obi wants to go up to the north and he faces the Atlantic Ocean, love him, or do whatever it is, he will not get there. Is this not simple enough? I am saying the structure is not. We are not united.
So who will fix the structure now? Should the people carry banners to fix the structure?
No.
Because should the people go to the National Assembly to fix the structure? Or the judiciary? Who will fix the structure?
Did you listen to the patriots? Did they not tell us basic things that we all should know? That is the issue. So
okay.
If we are not going on
can
that,
we get our concluding thoughts in, because we are out of time for
another.
Your concluding thoughts, please, in about a minute.
Nigeria should restructure. Nigeria should tell ourselves the truth. This turn-by-turn thing will not get us anywhere. We are not united in tongue. We are not united in tribe. We are not united in religion. Let us all get back, without necessarily wanting to shed blood, and take the voice of Hamadu Bello. We are different. Let's understand our differences. Let's fashion a reasonable constitution that will allow people to go into different ways and develop, not this quasi federal structure that we are lying to ourselves.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aki.
You are welcome.
Barrister.
Yes, please. Let us not blaming the people or the constitution for now. Some people managed this constitution before APC came into power. I don't like the idea of calling Nigerians. APC promised Nigerians that they were coming to restructure Nigeria. That was their selling point. That was why Nigerians listened to them. Okay. And for 9 years now, they have not even mentioned it. They have not mentioned Buhari for 8 years. He just put Jonathan's constitutional conference.
Oh, you mean restructure?
He put it under the table.
They have not mentioned restructure.
In what way have they restructured? What have they done to move Nigeria forward? Except this extravagant spending all over the world.
What about the local government administration?
Please leave that local government.
Thank you to you, gentlemen, for your thoughts on this one. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we'll look at another thing that is plaguing the country. Soldiers are, leaving the service, going into other things, as Army denies allegation that the dismissal of soldiers, they deny allegation that soldiers resigning is not because of corruption, but because of other issues, most of them personal. Let's talk about this when we come back.
Voilà, no.
Thank you so much for joining me on this program. Sorry for the interruptions that came along while we were having the program. A lot of interruptions, and we're going to rectify it next time. I appreciate everyone that have participated on this program, but the lesson from this very video I played is for you to know that Nigeria will never survive. It does not matter what the people are talking about. It does not matter what the people are doing and saying, no matter how they feel or what they do. It will always be the same. Nigeria is not meant to survive and will never survive. We have come to end it, and we are going to end it. Continue to do your own part. Support the Liberation Army the best way you can. Play your own role and make sure your voice is heard at all times. Thank you so much for listening on this program. I appreciate you, and I thank you for all your contributions. Hope to meet you again by tomorrow by the special grace of Biafra, and we're going to talk more. Stay blessed and remain strong wherever you are.
Confirmation.